Talk about strange coincidences. I've been in a lot of pain lately, like a lot, as my injection has worn off completely a bit now, and I'm waiting on insurance approval to get another one. Every day is a struggle to get out of bed, and it's to the point where I'm actually like, my brain is starting to look towards alternative medicines because ibuprofen isn't cutting it, Tylenol doesn't cut it. You can't take Tylenol every day anyway because it's terrible for the liver. And I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I might just break down and try kratom because I've heard a lot of good and bad things about it. The bad being that it's super addictive. So I'm being very careful with it. And like, they have those little feel free shots at the smoke shop. But I specifically did not buy those because of how addicting they are. It's just too dangerous. I can't trust myself with something like that. So in my head, I was like, okay, I'm going to go down to the smoke shop and get some powdered kratom so that I can measure it out myself and do the dosing and make sure that everything is proper. Because in those little bottles, they're not dosed proper. Anyway, I went down to the smoke shop expecting to feel like, embarrassed, kind of a little bit like a drug dealer, as how I used to feel, kind of still feel when I go and buy cigarettes, right? but and this particular smoke shop is owned by an Afghanistan, a family from Afghanistan, Afghani, I think that's how you would say it. Anyway, I have only ever seen their family members working there, and they're all Afghani. So I went into the shop expecting to see one of them. And who is behind the counter but one of my old friends that I haven't spoken to in probably like 5 years? I'm gonna call her Minnie for the sake of this. Minnie was behind the counter, and she looked at me. We both had a moment of recognition, and we're like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "Oh, I am so glad you're here. Like, I'm trying to buy this powdered kratom that I'm pretty sure you guys have, but I'm sketched out of buying it." And she's like, "Well, I've never tried it before, but I've heard too. Like, here, let's get you this." And then she starts telling me stories about people who are addicted to those feel-free things. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I didn't get it. She says, well, people will buy them as soon as they open in the morning and be drinking the shot before they're even out of the store. And I'm like, yeah, that's a kind of Pandora's box that I don't even want to open. But I told her I'd update her on sorry, my hair's a mess. I'll have to update you guys on if it works or not. I feel like a total mess today because it's my only full day off, but I'm still stressing about work because I have a bunch of catering orders next week and I literally can't relax. And I've tried so hard. I took a nap even and I still don't feel good and I'm still in so much pain. So I'm not going to show the brand because I don't want to be accused of like advertising, right? So this is just the green powder of the kratom that I'm going to try. I should have bought a scale. Fuck. That's dumb. You should have a scale. I will have a scale next time. I can also measure it with teaspoon amounts and tablespoons. And I need about a 5 grams for pain relief. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, about my friend, I actually stopped talking to her because of my boyfriend. Because whenever we would go over to her house, she'd have parties pretty semi regularly. And all the people that hung out at her house were pretty chill. It was one of those really cool situations where, like, all of her friends are super different, but they all unite under wanting to take care of her because they all love her. And I feel like I have groups of friends like that as well who are all so different and wouldn't normally hang out together, but because they all like me, they all have that shared mutual connection of being friends with me. So I always admired that about her. But she is admittedly a very high strung and very anxious person, which does get to you. But that's why, like, at her party, she has a bunch of people around. Everyone, she can bounce off of everyone, and nobody has to take the full load. Sort of like raising a child with a village, right? But no, my boyfriend would just talk mad shit about her after we left, and it bothered the crap out of me. And it's like, that is the main reason why I stopped hanging out with friends. Because any of my friends, he had something negative to say about them, and that hurts me. Like, it hurts my soul. Hearing somebody say bad things about somebody that I like hurts me in my soul. So, in order to protect those people, I just stopped hanging out with them. I disappeared from their life to protect them from my life and the people in it. And I'm realizing now how shitty that was. So, I'm hoping to be able to reconnect with Minnie because she's a very sweet lady, and I'm still so shook to see her working there at that particular smoke shop where I've only ever seen the family members of the Afghani dude working. But I'm happy she has a good job. She seems to be happy. She already messaged me on Facebook, so we're gonna rekindle that, I guess. But what a coincidence, right? The only reason I went into that smoke shop today was to get the kratom powder. And she just happened to be there at that exact moment. That's a wild sign from the universe. If there's anything, I don't know. But it's pretty cool.